Hi there, welcome to this month's market update. As always in this update, I'm going to give you a snapshot of what's been going on across our region and also to look ahead. And I really am going to try and look ahead and tell you what I expect to happen through the rest of 2021. Before I do, you know what I'm going to ask. Why not hit that subscribe button? You're going to get notifications of when we film these videos, and also hit the like button. It really does help us with these videos. So first off, let me give you a snapshot of where we are at right now. And it's an interesting month for us because this is the end of our business financial year. So we run through from April to the end of March. So I can give you a full year's worth of data to tell you about how the market has been and where we've finished. And it's been an interesting year, a difficult year filled with lots and lots of sad stories and also some highlights as well from the property market perspective. And let me give you some of those right now. So the number of new listings that we put to market rose across the whole of the year, even with 2 months closed through the start of April and much of May, by just under 10%. But even with that increase in supply of property coming to market, the demand was overwhelming. At just under 15% more property sold this year than last. And later on in this update, I'm going to give some of an idea as to where I think that demand is heading right now. And the final thought, and always the most important one, is what's happened to the price of property across our region. Now, if you listen to the land registry stats that have just come out, they're talking about our region being one of the strongest performing, and by that I mean Yorkshire and Humber, at just under 9%. I would say that our stats put us closer to around 10% rise in the average price of property across our marketplace. Now, with the average price standing at just under £235,000, that means you're going to be paying, on average, £20,000 to £25,000 more for a property than you were a year ago. I hope you weren't sitting on the fence waiting. Let's move on now and talk about what we expect to happen to the market moving forward. The bubble is going to burst. The end of furlough will be the end of the market. These are all things that I hear on a regular basis. These are all things that could be the end of the market, that could see the bubble burst. But I fundamentally do not see that happening. And I'm going to try as best I can, and I'm not an economist, to explain why that is the case. So as far as the current stamp duty incentive is concerned, let's just take a property at a price of £350,000. Not an inexpensive house, certainly something more than the average across this area. So right now, today, the stamp duty bill for that property would be zero. Of course, the incentive is still going. At the end of September into October, that property is going to cost a potential buyer £7,500 in stamp duty. Not an insignificant sum, but I would argue not a sum that is going to stop somebody from making that planned purchase. So fundamentally, stamp duty will not change the outcome of what happens in the market. The end of furlough. Now, we know furlough has saved millions of jobs across the country, and with the end of furlough comes some concerns, understandably. But right now, and at the end of March, the Office of National Statistics, the ONS, reported that unemployment stands at around 5%, and that's grown 1% through this pandemic according to their numbers. So there is, I'm sorry to say, and this sounds awful, there is still some margin for that to go up a little bit without, again, having a material impact on the property market. I really hope that it doesn't, and it does feel like all of the pent-up demand that sits within the economy should help to protect jobs as we move through the next couple of months. And I'm going to give you a couple of other thoughts as well. And these are reasons why I do not think, and I've talked about this before, that the market will change its course. Number one, we don't have enough supply. There is simply not enough new homes being built to satisfy the demand that there is, particularly across this region, across the northern powerhouse cities that are places like Leeds and Manchester that are seeing a huge influx of people coming in. Why not? It's a great place to live. And second of all, the supply of mortgage money into the market is still incredibly good. And of course, we've now seen the government announce the 95% lending, which is really going to kick on and help even more buyers come into the market. So for all of those reasons, I do not see this market changing its course. And I'm going to stand here today and tell you that I believe that through 2021 and into next year, we are going to see this market grow in price terms by 6 to 7% at least. So that would mean that the average price of property across this region is going to grow by around £15,000 between this year and next. Of course, we're going to have to keep in touch through these videos to see whether or not that prediction comes true. If you want to talk to us in the meantime, we're available, as always, 8 AM till 8 PM, 7 days a week. We'd love to talk to you about how we can help you move in 2021. Thanks for watching.